Good evening. The Hooves today in Sydney were on at Rosehill. It was a heavy track, they said. Didn't appear that way. It was very gluey. Um, the rail was out. The rail was out 8 metres, and I think the track was only slow. And it was a funny day. You couldn't work out early in the piece watching the first race. And the second race until the third race came along, where the winner came right along the fence. Um, it appeared that the inside was going to be no good, but that turned out not to be the case. There was before the first race, the wind was always from the northwest. Died down towards the end of the day. Before the first race, all of a sudden a big gust, a front moved through very quick and sharply. The wind got up to about 50 kilometres an hour. It was really strong just before the first race and brought a shower with it. But then as the horses got around to the barrier, the wind went from, say, 50 plus kilometres an hour down to around about 20. So the leaders did run into it down the side. And the first race, we saw the Avery get home, Bull Point. Now, this was a big result for the captains. It was unlayable in the marketplace, of course. We stuck it up. We stuck it up short odds, so the grumble and groaners wouldn't be able to get on it. We put it up $1.70 chance. Now, the best luck is $1.70. SP $1.70, best luck $1.70, went up $1.70. When they jumped, begging $1.85 in the marketplace, unlayable, went from $1.70 out to $1.85. And Nippy Nash, he sat in fourth position looking at the leaders, and he was able to get home by a comfortable 3 lengths. It trotted in. The second horse, Mr. Entertainer, it sat in behind them in third position. Leading was War Crusher. On its outside, Harry Hotspur. I'll get to his flux in a minute. Very well backed. And Nippy Nash was able to get past them after straightening, and as I say, going on win by 3 lengths. The runners that were backed in this race, one of the reasons the favourite got out, well, El Sasso, number 4, it was $12 into 10 at one stage, back out to about $12 when they jumped. Laid 10 monkeys at one stage, but got back out to, as I say, started 11 to 1 or $12. Harry Hotspur, $17 into $10. Down near the bottom, having his first start, Arato, $7 out to $9, back into $7. And like the favourite, another first starter, Kill Careless, it didn't have a price. We stuck it up the $5 second pick, 4 to 1 bar it, and it got out only to $9. It didn't have a price. 4s out to 8s. Like the favourite, got out in the market, but the favourite trotted in. On the screen in the first, they said there was 109.8. There was only about 3% less in the marketplace, about 106. But as I say, a few runners unlayable. We got to the second race, and they said there was a fat 100 in Bruty Hen, 110 on the screen, 8 less in the marketplace. The winner, Relaxed and Happy, they said the best pluck was $3. There's plenty mild at $3.20. And I think they said the best pluck, number 2, Noidart, the second horse or the third horse, it was $3.20. Well, there was $3.30. There was plenty of $3.50 when they jumped about it. And I think they said the best pluck about Clever Boy was $5, where there was a mile of $5.50 about Clever Boy. Leading in this race was the 400 to 1 chance. The bottom one, Star Secret, finish up stuck close to the fence and got beat 8.8 lengths, ran last. And sitting on us outside was Relaxed and Happy. he velodromed early in the piece. I couldn't work out, and I was a bit filthy on Horseman Bowman, who rode Noidart in the run. I thought he would have been a certainty where he was drawn to follow Nash across. I think if he does that, he would have got into the 1-1 position very, very easily and got to the outside of Relaxed and Happy, made a move maybe before the turn, which could have made the difference. He eased from an outside alley straight across to the fence in fourth last position, and then turning for home was able to get off the fence and got onto the back of the winner, or looking at the winner at least, Relaxed and Happy. But of course, it was going to be a sprint home because they hadn't gone hard up in front. The winner, another 2 strides, and would have fallen in a big hole, but with the winning post is where it counts. And of course, Nash was able, he had plenty up his sleeve, and that turn of foot that Relaxed and Happy has got, and they were off, he was a bit off the fence, was enough to hold on and beat Red Excitement, who came a bit wide on the turn, only beat him by 0.2 of a length. And as I say, it had enough on the line, the winner, but it did win. And Noidart ran third. Clever Boy had its chance, got around the leader after straightening, and I think everybody might have been saying, is the inside any good here? But as I say, later on in the day, it did turn out it was all right. The last one led all the way on the fence after velodroming, but the Avery got home there, Relaxed and Happy. The third race, they said there was 101 on the screen, maybe only, that's very close, only about 1% in the 1% less in the marketplace, so virtually the same, around about 100 we gave. And who won this race? Excellent Point. It sat 3 or 4 back on the fence, never went around a runner, and this all of a sudden said to people who were thinking that the inside was no good, throw that out the window. The fence is all right here. The favourite here ran second, Mount Nebo. It drew barrier 10 in a field of 11, and he came across and led brilliant Brendan Abdullah on Mount Nebo, and it was sensationally backed from $3.20 into $2.50, 9 to 4 to 6 to 4, and as I say, it led. Didn't make a lot of use of it to lead. It came across, found the bunny, got clear, and to, I think, most people's surprise, getting right along the 18 pence, right along the fence, was Excellent Point, ridden by Nippy Nash, who rode the first 3 winners, to get inside Mount Nebo close to the line, and the second horse crowded him close to the line as well, to beat him by 0.1 of a length. And the other runner that was on the fence all the way, 3 back on the fence, was Turnley from barrier 1, and it snuck through and was passed by the winner, obviously, but it had barrier 1 close to the fence, and it was beaten 1.9 lengths into third hole. The winner, it was fairly easy in the market, $6.50 out to $8.50. Beside the favourite, Mount Nebo, who was by far the best back runner, there was a little bit of section for a few other runners. After opening up at $6, Turnley got out to $7.50, back into $7, and the bottom one, Delray Beach, it was $17 into $13. The captains got a split. The fourth race, this was won by the Great Snowman, and the captains didn't get a split here because this winner, the Great Snowman, was, after opening up $5, got out to $5.50, back in to start only $4. Now, on the screen here, oh, the robots, they'll call the fraud squad. How could you do it to us? 98.4 on the screen. Um, 95.5 only in the marketplace. Now, very quickly, going back to the first race, the horse that was third past the winning post, that was Wouldn't It Be Nice, which went from $12 out to $19. It weighed in a half a kilo light. The rider, Father Schofield, was fined a couple of G's and copped us, I think, a suspension over it for weighing out light. But apparently there's going to be a bit of an inquiry into why he weighed out light. The clerk of the scales, a couple of good gentlemen, they might have been in as much error as the rider, Father Schofield. He got, and it was disqualified from running third. As I say, he was fined a couple of thousand, not a button off his vest, and the of course the prize money for third, it was taken away from Connections, and running third in the first race was Kill Careless, the runner that didn't have a price, who sat midfield and was beaten 4.8 lengths. We go back to race 4, back to race 4 again. And as I say, this winner, the Great Snowman, $5, 9 to 2 chance into $4. Now, going straight to the lead here was the 8-year-old Bay Window, giving weight and giving not to number 2, but giving plenty of age, at least two years to one or two runners, and as much as 4 years to other runners. Bay Window, it led, was 4 off the fence all the way coming to the turn, sitting on its outside, velodroming or just getting to the outside early, then sitting with the nice suck up into the race was the winner, Great Snowman, and tucked in behind the pair, getting a beautiful run. And it turned out, even though it copped the slight check near the finish of the race, was very disappointing Barbero, and it was extremely well backed towards the end of betting after getting out, but we'll get to that. And coming off its back was Hendricus. Now, Hendricus, ridden by horseman Huey Bowman, after they'd straightened and halfway up the straight, he had joined Bay Window and the Great Snowman and got, I'd say, a half a length in front, but died on its run, and coming again under very nippy Nash style of riding was the Great Snowman to finish up beating the leader Bay Window by 0.2 of a length, and Hendricus weakening on its run, only 0.4 of a length away in third position, and 2.1 lengths came the favourite Barbero, who was very disappointing. The winner, sensationally backed, but Barbero, we only put it up a $3 chance, 2 to 1 the field, but it was reached for out to $4.40 or even $4.60. It came in and started only about a $3.70 or 80 chance. Also very well backed. Hendricus, they took you $7, started 6, and Lycra Lass, it was $9 into $8. All of the other runners got out in the market. There were a couple of runners that we put up in the marketplace that didn't have prices, and they were Eminent Domain, who went from $9 out to 17 or 16, and Bereft, who went from $10 out to or $8, $9, an 8 to 1 chance out to $17, 8s out to 16s. The winner, a very bad result for the captains. The 5th race, in that race, I think I told you, yes, bad losing figures. And again here, it's all right, it was all 103 for the robots, betting the members. The members are going to take unders, of course, and the members, they're not allowed to get the right odds. they've got to take unders. That's why they're members, see. Um, in the marketplace, it's too far to walk out into the marketplace for the members. 96% we gave, and the favourite was sensationally backed, had every possible chance. This was for 3-year-olds. Well, this was for fillies and mares. This race, and the only 3-year-old in the race was the Avery single style, who had to give weight to the older mares, carried 59 with Horseman and Bowman aboard, gave her every possible chance. We put her up a $3.50 chance and was reached for very quickly by the captains out to as much as $4.40, which you wouldn't see, but only they returned at $2.80. Now that's a hot call. It was $3, plenty of boards on the fence when they jumped, but $2.80 if you backed at SP, because even if you bet SP, you can't get the right odds. A bit of difference if you're at the course. If you take $2.80 SP, if it would have won and as much as $4.40 bet, gee whiz, it's about 12% difference there. And this race, as I say, it had every possible chance. This race was run at a very fast pace, and it turned out it suited the horses coming from behind. It led General Sniper, Sean Lindsay, who come back as a greyhound. He only knows one thing, jump and run. He was aboard General Sniper. It went very fast with brilliant Brendan Abdullah on its outside. They said they were going to ride it closer, Caesar's Princess, and he did. He came across on the outside and he went hell for leather with General Sniper. Getting a good suck up in third position was Princess Layla, held on for third, but a very ordinary run after getting a good run. And the favourite, they were spread right out in this race. The first three, there was a good 3 or 4 lengths back to maybe Nickelberg at one stage, then another good break in the field to, I think, Oakfield Comet, and then another break to Cesaro and the favourite Single Style, and the winner and the second horse, they were in second last and third last and second last position after missing a kick very badly, nearly being dislodged in the early part of the race after knuckling at the start. Was Flying Empress, ridden by I think it was Killer Cat O'Hara, I'm not too sure, I think it was, yes. And they said they were going to ride it closer, so that was the end of its chances. And it was in last position, it settled down in last position. But as I say, coming from second last and third last after the very strong pace up front and coming right down the outside. So really this track, it all depended on the pace all day. The track, track played very fair. And the two were Vera Miller, who was a very good result for the captains, $7 out to $9. And the second horse, Cradle Me, it would have been a much better result for the captains than the winner because it didn't literally have a price, Cradle Me. It went from $4.40 to $10, a 7-2 chance out to 9-1. And it did get to the lead after getting past the leaders halfway up the straight, or a little bit further in, closer to the line. And to my surprise, Vera Miller, who was on its outside, I thought when Cradle Me got to the lead, Vera Miller wouldn't get past it, but it did. And it finished up a beater by 1.3 lengths at the finish. And as I say, after having every chance, Princess Layla ran third, but was 4.5 lengths away. The favourite ran fourth, having every possible chance as well. Beside the favourite being sensationally backed, there were a couple of other runners that there was a little bit of cash for. Why wouldn't there be when we only gave 96%? Race 6, who won this race? Oh yes, Under the Sun. And it was sensationally backed. You wouldn't see it. I think the best luck might have only been, well, it could have been $4, but there was $4.20 bet, but it only started $3.30. We put it up the 5-2 favourite. It did get out to 4.20, as I say. Only started 3.30, 13-4 at one stage, back into 9-4 favourite. On the screen, big discrepancy here again. Sweet for the robots. The members have got plenty of cash, so it doesn't matter if they take unders, it doesn't matter. 105.9, 98% for the good shoppers in the marketplace. It bolted in this favourite. I'm talking about Under the Sun. When they jumped, Mick Mac, who of course beat Under the Sun at last start, it had barrier 1, it led, and early with Under the Sun drawing barrier 2, coming across and looking at it, but Mick Mac's rider Christian Reith, he said no. He gave the he said the stewards queried why he gave the lead up. He said I gave the lead up because I was up in weight and I didn't want to pressure my horse too much, and it had every possible chance. Well, look, I'm not saying it didn't, but when he did hand up, it gave the winner a much better chance than it was always going to have. And it got to the lead, stayed 2 off the fence all the way, and that was more or less the race when that scenario happened, because he got to the turn and still had a full, or even the needle might have been over full. The petrol was still coming out of the spout. He had too much petrol under the in the tank, and he was able to get clear easily and win by 3.3 lengths. It was the way the race was run. We say it every day. The hickey hockeys, they've all got their managers have all got speed maps. Just as well they've got those find the way home things in the car, because a lot of them, like I said, saying what's going to happen, it happens with these maps so often. Yes, that's going to be there, that's going to be there. Just wait till I have a drink of this vodka and orange. I've got a very dry, right. Oh, it's beautiful, that vodka. I'll just have another one. It's that Russian, that blue label Russian stuff. I'll drink a gallon of it later on. I'll get to Hawkesbury tomorrow blind. Anyway, this race, Mick Mac finished up holding on and running second. That tells you the story, how the pace was. They all went across the line for that second position, with only about less than a length between 6 runners when they hit the line for second position. But the winner absolutely trotted in. The Mick Mac, it didn't have a price. They said the best flutt was only $7. It only went from $4.40 out to $8. It was $8 begging it to finish. Stablemate to the winner, Kinnersley, didn't have a price, $41. Contiki Park, another stablemate to the winner, friendless in the betting. It went from $6, a 5-to-1 chance, out to $11, 5s out to 10s. Bowl Grand started the second pick, $5, plenty of it given, started $4.60, and Wazen was backed at one stage, 13 into 11. Cup of Tea, they took $7 towards the finish to start 6.50, and Pretty Pins was 15 into about 13. But the winner, $4.20, plenty of $4, $3.20, starting. A bad result for the captains. But we levelled up here. The captains in race 7, we said, we'll show you pros and the grumble and grunters who follow the pros. We know who's going to win this race. It's the favourite, the Avery. And we're going to stick it up that short that you're not going to be able to back it. And we did. $2.60 we put it up. And all the grumble and grunters and the pros said, oh, no, we want to be on it. We want to be on it. Well, you take the $2.60, and they said, no, we won't. And we got it out to $3.60 to finish, and they still wouldn't come into it. And it was a good result for the captains. and it was given a beautiful ride by Father Schofield. He got some of that 2Gs back that he lost in the first, or that he was fined for in the first race. He lobbed into the one out, one back. It was a trotting race. He was one out, one back in the beautiful position. Couldn't have gone an inch faster and won by a half a length. In this race, on the screen, they said there was 108.5, 3% less in the marketplace. And the winner, as I repeat again, was a good result. Sat in the 1-1, beat the leader. So they didn't go that hard here. The predicted leader did lead, winning Glory. It went straight to the lead. On its outside was O'Reilly's Prize. I Own the Lead, Gay. Well, he was nearly near the lead. And tucked in a way behind the two leaders, behind the leaders on the fence was Wild and Proud from barrier 3. And as I say, the Avery came across from barrier 12 in a field of 14 and got the 1-1 position. And when they turned for home, he was easing off heels. The leader had got out to about 4 or 5 off the fence, and the favourite moved up. The bookies cheered, and it won by a half a length at the finish. Coming from last, right along the 18 pence, was a stablemate to the winner, and that's Lucripidus, who was $12 out to 13, back into $10. And running fourth in the race, also coming along the 18 pence, was Illo, who we put up a $10 chance, got out to as much as 11, but only started $8. It was well backed. Only the third and the fourth horses, maybe they were the biggest firmers in the race. Everything other runner more or less got out in the betting. Charing Cross, who got a couple of checks in the run, dropped out after we put it up a $7 chance, got out to $9, but back into $8.50. They'd taken 9, but they wouldn't take the $8.50. And there was little bits of money for a little bit longer than what you saw on the screen. But as I say, a good result for the captains, as was the last winner, the Zaratone. Now in this race, they said there was 106.5 on the screen. In the marketplace, 101. These were the flux. Atomic Force, they only turned it. Best Fluck, $15. SP, $15. I was $19 when they jumped. Got some section out of it. It was $11 out to 19. News Alert was 15 out to 21, back to 18. Kenny's World, who sat 3 wide all the way, ran a long last, might have choked down. It was 19 out to 41. They're taking the tongue tie off at next start. Master Harry, $8 out to $9. The winner, Zaratone, $7.50 out to 9. Choice Words, now it was $4 out to $5.50, which you wouldn't see. Back into $4.40 or 60, hard to get. Harara, $11 into $9, hard to get. City of Song, $7 out to $9. Sutton Queen, 26 out to 31. The very, very well backed Nicholas Court, who got trapped wide early, then was eased back to near last position, did make up ground down the outside. The way the race was run, had no chance. It was $15 into $9 taken, only started $8.50. And Whitlam, it was friendless in the marketplace. Poor old Goff, $4.40 out to $6.50 given. So we might have only been about 100 in the last race, back into $6, but more or less didn't have a price. And this winner, Zaratone, it had the perfect alley, ridden by Killer Cat O'Hara for its racing style. It drew barrier 9 in a field of 11, and Killer Cat was able to come straight across the field Harara on its inside, letting it cross and go straight to the lead, finding the bunny, and close to the fence, and when it got there, Zaratone, of course, wasn't made work. And when they came to the turn, with Killer Kath O'Hara sitting up, nice and pretty, she let the little grey have its head, still had a full tank of juice, and was able to get clear and win and hold on and win by 1.8 lengths. Coming along the fence after copping a bit of a check was News Alert from barrier 1. Therefore, again, showing that the fence was okay, and beaten 1.8 lengths, and also tucked away on the fence after being squeezed up a little bit at one stage and hanging out under pressure was Whitlam. It had its chance. The runner that was trapped wide, as I say, Kenny's Well, but it was a 40 to 1 chance. It dropped way well out in the race. That was about the meeting. We only had the usual suspects there as usual. It was a bit of a mixed bag. There were a few Averys that won that were left. The Grumble and Grunter said, no, you can have those captains. And we said, thank you very much. They got, they were results for the bookies, but there also were plenty of well-backed runners. It all depended how you handled the meeting, whether you won or lost, whether you were captain cooking or grumble and grunting. I hope you had a successful day. Good evening.